Hello everyone, Shadefire here, and today I'm taking a first impressions look at the Falconeer. This is a game that I first caught wind of earlier this year, kind of near the start of the year, and that's when I started kind of keeping an eye on it and thinking, this might be cool to check out when it finally comes out. And it did come out recently, so I thought we would give it a go. This is a flight combat game about flying around on giant birds that was made predominantly by just one person, Tomas Sala, who seems like he's made a pretty impressive world by himself. Like, I usually don't expect much from the art side of a game made by one person, but I think this game looks pretty good. So I'm going to be playing this with a controller, even though, that might seem a little odd on PC to use a controller for a flight combat game, but it is predominantly developed for a controller, so we'll give it a go. I don't think we need super precision with the aim.
When we were young in this place, the Falconeers were messengers and guardians. They carried memories and spirits to the beyond. Now those origins are lost and their lives and memories are lost to battle. But you can learn from them, their memories soaring through the clouds above the seas. Let us find out what stories remain in these splintered fragments the currents have brought us.
Let us get in the Animus and experience your ancestors, the Falconeers.
Imperial Peak is the Imperial seat, the highest attainable seat in the Empire. Towering over Imperial Harbor and the Ursee, its inhabitants are blinded to the plight of those below. Only those who serve the Empress ever perch on its balconies or set foot on its marble floors.
Okay. That is something I actually have to select. I didn't realize this was a menu.
A good position among...
Interesting that you can choose any...
Choose now what stories and memories await you.
Place to start from.
What can be from these lives?
Alright. Who do we want to be? I'm kind of tempted to be this wildman with his scraggly hair and his floofily beard. Oh, there's a lot of them. Okay, maybe not. I can't tell if it's randomly generating them. I think it is randomly generating them.
Choose now what stories and memories await you.
I don't think I can select what bird.
Choose now what stories and memories await you. As the sun...
Wait, what? I don't know what I'm selecting here in appearance.
Choose now what stories and memory.
Weird. I don't know, whatever.
As the son of a lesser noble, being accepted for training by the Warbird forces, ascend now. As the son of a lesser noble, being accepted for training by the Warbird forces of the Imperium is a great honor. A chance for your house to rise in standing. Your aptitude with the bird in combat is clear, and you are a rising star. However, tragedy strikes, and your family loses its ships and holdings to the Freebooter Rebellion. With your commission as an officer lost, your only route forward is as an Imperial privateer. You fight the Imperium's enemies as an independent asset. You are a privateer.
So we're a mercenary.
Ascend now, Falconeer.
Like the old privateer pirates of the British Empire.
Attention applicants. Your Empress needs you. With these incidents east of Dunkle and the freebooter threat, we have fallen on desperate times. If successful, you will be part of a new garrison at the Imperial Peak.
Is this also a menu?
Many of you will fail these tests. Only the very best can serve at this post. Today, we start with simple performance assessments for each of you.
Or is there just a really long pause after each bit of dialogue?
First, you will perform some basic maneuvers. Second, you will take out a number of barrage balloons. It is critical that you keep your bird away from the balloons. This is live ordnance.
This is also set in a fantasy world that is predominantly ocean, Though I realize it's actually kind of weird to say that because, you know, our planet is predominantly ocean, so this is more ocean than that. I guess it's better to say that land is very sparse and in small quantities.
Third, we will attempt a recharging run through a storm. This isn't a game. This is real lightning. If you dally too long, your ammo packs will overcharge.
Also, your Falcon has guns on it that are powered by lightning.
The final test, we have sourced some old barges for targeting and bombing. For your own safety, your weapons must be locked unless told otherwise. Understand? The Empress has an appointment at her Thunderstrike flagship at the exact time, so no wandering off or deviating from the flight plan. There will be repercussions if you do. Good luck.
This sounds very much like a training mission from any World War II arcadey flight combat game.
Let's see you fly that Warbird. Start off with a slow dive. Chop chop.
I don't suppose you're gonna give me the controls.
Diving accelerates your bird and generates energy for special maneuvers. Your bird is energized for dashes and rolls. Show me a strong dash. Now let me see some evasive rolling. You can do this by dashing while turning.
Wait.
Now I want you to do a flyby of the Imperial Harbor, recording its precise location.
Okay, that's the brake. So the roll button is also accelerate, I think. I've heard the controls are a little... It takes some getting used to. Travel to waypoint. Okay, let's use the map down here. So this is like a weird mix of kind of open and kind of just mission-based. Like, I heard there's not a lot to do in the open sections, so it's better to just go from mission to mission. Okay, I'm just kind of messing with my controls right now. Let's see. Fire weapon, drop. I just want to see how to accelerate. Alright, there's no directly accelerate button. Good to know. Brake and dive is left trigger. How do you... Okay, so how do I... I guess I dive by looking down. Noticing that when you fly up, your mini-map also pulls out, which is kind of a neat detail, as you get a better view of the battlefield. But yeah, I like the kind of nautical theme of this world so far. It's one of the things that caught my eye originally.
Now we set off to the next waypoint and dispatch the barrage balloons.
Alright.
Weapons free! Be careful. That's live ammunition and those balloons are expensive.
I appear to be caught on one of the balloons. Is that what those are supposed to do? I'm not super familiar with the actual purpose of barrage balloons, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was actually just, so there's a cable that your planes hit and get stuck. Alright, there is a lock-on target, but I appear to be locked onto this bird instead. Not that you need it, you kind of just shoot whatever's in front of you. And you can use the brake to do a hard turn like that.
Nice work! Your weapon is a valuable relic. We'll need to recharge it from a nearby thunderstorm.
Okay, spin around again. I like these big cloud banks too. Like, yeah, they kind of hide the world, but they do make it feel like you're flying over the ocean. Also, I saw there was a photo mode here. I'm just curious how good this is. It looks pretty decent. It actually does pause the game. It lets you freely move the camera. The camera's a little floaty in this mode. I feel like I can get a decent shot. But yeah, there's no UI here. I hit back and it made a snapshot button. So, I'm glad it's here. It just is not the best. But seriously, why is the UI hidden for this? There's a bunch of controls for it, clearly. Okay, and also, how do I escape it? Uh-oh. I feel like there's supposed to be a UI, and it's just not there, so I don't know how to close this. I just press start. That seems to work. Yeah, so I think one of the ways you need to build up speed is just you go up and then you dive.
Fly into the clouds to attract the lightning. At any sign of overheating, dive towards the ocean to cool down. Full ammo poster glowing at the back of your bird. Perhaps you will make it to the guards after all. At the next waypoint, we'll practice targeting and focusing. There is a barge up ahead. Find it and stay locked on.
So yeah, I guess throughout a fight you will have to charge up your guns. Oh, gotta circle back this way. I mean, it makes sense that you can't just, like, accelerate and easily go faster, because you are a bird and not a plane. You can't just ratchet up the engine. But it's still a little weird. Also, the fact that, to me, it's not intuitive that the dive is just more like a downward dash. Like, you should be able to hold that and just nosedive straight down.
The barge has a turret. Consider it a sub-target. Lock onto that for accuracy. Not bad. Now open fire, destroy the turret and the ship. Keep your eyes on the target for each part.
Okay, so, yeah, they do have sub-parts that you can destroy. You know, engines, guns, that sort of thing.
Excellent. There is another barge up ahead. This time, we'll destroy it by bombing.
Why do I feel like this is also going to end with enemies mysteriously showing up, like a lot of these training missions do? Like, oh, here comes a patrol that we didn't expect. Can you deal with it?
Now pick up a floating mine.
Oop.
Aim your bird down and break at the same time. If you are close enough, your bird will grab a mine.
I feel like I did that wrong,
Now,
but
when in range, drop it onto the barge. But don't get too close.
I am carrying a mine, so... I think I missed. That did not seem like a successful drop. I'm not sure what that orange lightning that comes out sometimes is.
Not too shabby. Let's head back to the palace.
I don't think there is a bomber targeting camera in this. So, that seems like a fairly standard tutorial for this type of game. The controls are a little weirder than flying a plane, but certainly not unmanageable.
Stay alert! Warbirds near the Imperial flagship. Pirate side wager. Weapons free. Use deadly force!
What a surprise. The thing that I just said was going to happen is happening. Is that a friendly ship? I take it is, because it says Imperial.
Remember, track the target, aim ahead of their trajectory, and roll your bird to avoid incoming fire!
Yeah, so they do have a little bit of leading going on.
Your skull around my neck!
You just have to be kind of close to the reticle for it to snap to. You don't actually have to be, like,
You shall
precise.
not stand in my way! What's this? A raid! They are aiming for Her Majesty's flagship! This is madness! Intercept them! Protect the Empress!
Well, that's one way to get fame in your one hope of advancement. Oh yeah, I saved the Empress from pirates.
Command the task force! Get ready! This is a major bloody assault!
I do have co-pilots around. Okay, so your energy cells will start to glow yellow when they're gonna blow up. Where are the enemies? I'm only seeing this Imperial Thunderstrike. Well, I hope that was supposed to happen.
The Imperial flagship! No! The Empress! You traitors!
You know nothing, fool!
You blew it up. You damn dirty traitors.
Death is meaningless for us all.
Okay, so that was supposed to
Now we can
happen.
be reborn from the depths. Memories retained as splinters of our fractured self. But we fear the other, that which remains tied to us. You must become the other, relive the lives of those lost.
So yeah, it's not clear to me if you remain the same character
In order to
throughout.
discover the truth, we must start at the beginning with an ambitious heart. A first heartbeat will grow into 1,000 consequences.
Time to infuse you with another dead person.
A good position amongst several currents makes Dunkle a favored stop for traders seeking to circumvent Imperial tariffs. A natural harbor, Dunkle has survived longer than many other settlements along the fringes of Imperial control, and boasts its own small mining concession along the moor. Choose now what stories and memories await you.
Yeah,
What
so
can be gleaned from these? Choose
it
now
seems
what
like-
stories and memories await you. What can be gleaned from these lives?
you're not consistently the same person throughout.
As
Oh, they actually do have different stats.
You grow up amongst a large company of mercenaries. You carry out the chores and learn the trade, and you have returned their investment tenfold over the course of your young life. Now you have paid your dues. Now the skills. As a Falconeer, you grow up ascend now.
So changing that does change your bird. Let's try out the other
On
one.
the Ursee, the Imperial houses rule. The Mansour Order researches, maintains, and controls technology. And the common people? Well, they do the work. Fish the Ursee, trade between its settlements, and ultimately always suffer from the fragile balance of power between the Imperium and the Mansour Order. Few people are more aware of this than the people of Dunkle. A speck on the Ursee, and barely a glimmer on the titanic struggles of the great houses. This part of the Ursee has been plagued by pirates and criminals who find a welcome home far enough away from the Imperial law to do as they please.
Okay.
Any greenhorn must get familiar with our holdings and our neighbours. You will start with a wide patrol, acclimatise yourself with the area, and deal with any threats.
So I think we are just in the town menu right now. Oh, cool. Inject mutagen into Warbird. That's not something I expected to read. Okay, so we do have different guns. And they look like they have different qualities because these are both damaged. Just wondering if we can just leave without having to take a mission. Yeah, okay, you can just leave if you just want to fly around. So this is where it's kind of open, in that you can fly through the zone for the current map, or maybe I can just fly anywhere. But if we want to actually make mission progress, then we gotta go back there and take one of the jobs. So we gotta check out the maw here, because that's definitely one of the game's interesting features. It's like a giant place where the water is just separated and people are mining on the bottom. So I want to go see that. just a big weird gap in the ocean. I don't know how you land, though. I think you just fly down this path. You gotta, like, perch on this. Nope. It's a little awkward. Okay, I'm actually not supposed to dive there. He was doing an automatic landing before I pulled that. Let's try it again. Nope. So yeah, a little bit of awkwardness in the controls, but it mostly feels like a flight game. You know, it's inverted by default. Okay, never mind. Maybe I do have to press something. I think it's just because I'm not taking the approach it wants me to. We're actually taking contact damage. You can see the health is going down. So I need to... Also, it's kind of like pushing me away. Let's see. Settings. I also feel like maybe I need to turn the UI up a little bit. Yeah, look at this. I'm sure there's some explanation in world for why this is like this, but it's a cool looking kind of concept. I like the double moons too. Let's see if we can get an over the bird shot. Oh my god. I don't know why this camera is so floaty. Like, if I just let go of the sticks, you can see it kind of drifts a little bit. Okay, that's actually not a bad one. Is there actually anything in the maw? There doesn't seem to be, you know, little mining huts or anything. Nope, what's that? A Mancer turret. Are they enemies with me? I don't think they are. We're not Imperial. Magnus Salad Tree. Civilian. So what does that mean? Okay. Again, just turn around. It looks like I can land there too. I think you need to... Welcome to I don't know how to land a bird. What is that? That's a dragon of some kind. Some kind of Drakel. Okay. Slow down. And then... Yeah, I might actually have to look up how to land. Apparently the game's not going to give me a tutorial on it. Probably not expecting me to just fly off into the world without doing the first mission. Alright, so we're just going to accept that I can't land right now, because I don't know how, which actually could be a problem if I try to land at the town. I think I'm just not doing it from the right angle. Let's try getting a little distance. Spin around. I wish I could, like,
the path together, friend.
target this. Yeah, see, I'm trying to dive onto it, but I'm doing the brake instead because I'm not aiming down enough. Which is why I think you need to hit it from above. Alright, whatever. We don't need to land. So yeah, that's the maw. It's pretty cool looking, but it doesn't really seem to serve much of a purpose right now. My bird is running out of stamina. It also does not seem to be coming back. Oh, there's an option to hide the UI. Thankfully, there's a fly home, which will just take you back to your... Oh, no. Alright, so welcome to landing is actually very important. Hold A to land. Okay, that would have been nice to know. Also doesn't seem to be working. I don't think I'm coming in at the right angle again. Okay, there we go, yeah. You just have to be on the right path and it'll pop up. Here I was trying to break my way onto it.
Any greenhorn must get familiar with our holdings and our neighbours. You will start with a wide patrol. Acclimatize.
Alright, let's acclimatize.
Dunkle is on its last legs. Our holdings and trading ships have been under pirate attack for years. Competing free houses have been nibbling away. What you see today is all that's left of Dunkle. Let's try and keep what we've got safe.
This man's grizzled voice does not match his bespectacled face.
These Imperial forts have been undermanned and undergunned for decades. It'll be good to show our faces around here to remind the Imperium we're still a free house. Salad Mount, one of the largest salutary mining operations on the Ursee. It'll be good for them to see our patrols, show them that Dunkle aren't finished yet. Easterhenge is on the border for the wildlands to the north and the east. Pirates and all sorts roam those skies. Be careful.
Oi, be careful of pirates.
The lease from the Mansa Order makes Medoyine our only profitable holding. It is the lifeblood of Dunkle, and a prize for any house or pirate to raid.
So...
Be your wingman today. I'll assist you and assess your performance.
I guess we're just going on a patrol. Check out all the areas during this storm. Or a very localized storm, apparently.
The fortress is under attack! It's a pirate raid!
Oh, not more pirates. Alright, where are these pirates at? Doing some very tight turning. Man, my bird does not have a lot of stamina. It's weird because I'm trying to keep my cursor on them, but it seems like my gun knows where to go even without that.
We'll see you! Be safe on your journeys!
Did that bird just turn into a ghost when it hit the water? Like its soul left its body? Alright, well, carrying on. So, there's definitely not that much nuance to the actual just dog fighting. Or bird fighting? I think I hit an updraft there. Ooh. There's this big weird coral coming out of the ocean. I think stamina management is going to be the problem for me, because I'm trying to hold down the flat button, but that drains your stamina very quickly. It's not meant to be used constantly.
Salad Mount! What a sight! It's made the Salad Mount family wealthy and competitive. You can smell...
We don't take kindly to strangers here. Show me some proof of good contact. I gotta buy a permit to land here? Do I have money? I still have 12,000. It seems like your money is consistent across characters. Alright, well, not much we can do here then. Probably have to go to Salad Mount headquarters to get that permit. These birds are definitely not quick, though. Which I suppose makes sense for giant birds flying over the ocean. They're not built for speed. They're built for lots of gliding and conserving energy. So I think these blue things on the map are just showing you the updrafts. Like, these are places where you can pick up speed naturally. Either that or those are just the storms.
Pirates! Over the head!
It does make dogfighting easier when you can turn much more quickly by just braking. Can't really do that with a plane without stalling. But yeah, the guns definitely don't have a lot of oomph to them. They just kind of function.
Another set of Dunkletons trying to scrape by on their scurvy birds and Daddy's rusted gut.
Did I just collect that bird's soul? Is that what's happening here? Where is this guy? He's like above me. I think he's just circling above my head.
This ocean is ours!
This ocean ain't big enough for the three of us. Man, if this is just a regular patrol, this place must be pretty hostile all the time. Though these weird localized storms definitely make it seem like a more hostile environment than it actually is. I kind of wish the camera was a little tighter on the actual bird. Because it just feels like I'm a little far away from the action when it happens. But I get it that it's made to give you a better, more sweeping view of the actual environment. Allow you to keep awareness during a fight. Ah, the only place that is not under attack. Back to Dunkle.
Good work. You were instrumental in taking out that pirate trash.
So it's nice that you don't have to fly back manually. You can just travel back even when it's technically still in mission.
We are getting reports of navigation boys going missing. The boys are essential for traders visiting Dunkle. These aren't safe waters. We'll have to investigate.
Ah, those poor, good old navigation boys. Can I photo mode while I'm landed? I can. That's neat. Let's see if I can coax this drunken camera into place. Lone developer, if you do see this, please make this camera not so floaty. I just can't let go of the sticks before it tries to fly away somewhere else. You might say that's my sticks, but even when I reset their position, they're just like, nah, I'd rather not do what you tell me. Okay, let's... This falcon's looking a little wild. Doesn't look very prim. I like the stare, though. They really do have that intense stare in real life, falcons. You know, if you've ever seen somebody handling one. They have very good eyesight, as you might expect for something that hunts way above the ground for things on the ground the size of a mouse. Alright, maybe let's do one more mission, and then that's a good look
We're
at
getting
this.
reports of navigation boys going.
On the Ursee, the Imperial houses rule. The Mansour Order research.
We're
I don't know what that guy wants. Go deliver this payment to those scoundrels at Port Remit. Well, I'd be remit if I didn't take this job. So yeah, there are little package delivery missions as well. I think this is one of the only side activities you can do, is just delivering shit. But they do allow you to buy upgrades, which I think is their primary purpose, aside from just seeing more of the world, which I think is also their purpose. That falcon statue. But yeah, I've heard that you do get some kind of, like, upgrade from landing at these shrines, so that's why I was trying to do it earlier. Just me and my delivery bird. I do often wonder, in fantasy settings that have these giant birds being ridden, if, from a physical perspective, if a bird this size could actually comfortably carry a human on its back. Because obviously, birds have very delicate, hollow bones to lighten their body weight, you know, so they have less weight they have to keep in the air. So, I mean, raptorial birds can usually carry fairly large prey a decent distance. So I would assume that one of this size could carry a human, based on, you know, how much bigger it is than them, but not 100% sure. I guess it just depends from fantasy setting to fantasy setting, how big the bird is. I mean, we've got real-world birds that can steal babies, and occasionally attempt to. And apparently, is it New Zealand or Australia that used to have a very large breed of eagle that could actually attack humans? Not big enough to carry off an adult male, but big enough that they would be willing to dive down and attack one before they were exterminated by humanity. Which is a shame. Keep the items safe. You know what the best way to do that is? By landing. Alright. Gotta keep my bird safe, too. Now, imagine, like, a more simmy kind of version of this game, where you actually have to worry about things like specific injuries to your bird that have to be recuperated over time. Alright, I dropped the package, but thankfully it has a flotation device. Okay, so I can't actually do a roll without losing the package, but I kind of need to because I'm taking a lot of damage. I'm almost dead. Yeah, you definitely need to do the brake maneuver to
Smell your fear, you fool!
get a shot on him. It's a shame that you can't claw them, though. You think that would be a good close-up maneuver. Just rip the rider off their back. If you could line up a dive. Well, we traded blows, and I guess he had slightly more health than me.
Our
You
world
died, you
survives
fool.
by the regimen laid out by the lives of countless generations. Honor, loyalty, words of power. For your kin to survive, the kin of others must perish. Our world harbors cruelty, but this cruelty is in us all.
We all must kill
Some
to
believe
survive.
everything is cyclical. We are all doomed to repetition. Isn't that silly? Let us try again. This time to change it, rather than repeat.
Yeah, I can see how you'd want to skip this if this kind of dialogue plays every single time you die. Like, I don't need a rambling monologue to say, hey, try again. Alright, so really my mistake there was just that I didn't just engage. I tried to skip past because I was worried the package would get destroyed. But I guess you could just dump it off, kill them, and then pick it up.
We are getting on the...
Alright, well, I think we're going to wrap up here instead of trying to do that delivery again or do another mission. But let's just check out one of these shrines, see what you get for landing at one, now that I know how to land. Let's see, where were they? Well, there's one in the maw. Let's go for that one, because it's close. But yeah, this seems pretty cool. Obviously, the combat is not amazing, but I've heard that you get into some pretty big fights later on with, you know, warships fighting against dragons, against birds, all at once. Big mechanical creations. It kind of makes me miss Crimson Skies, or Crimson Skies High Road to Revenge, I think was the Xbox exclusive. I really wish they would have ported that to PC. Or that there would be a decent port of the original Crimson Skies to make it more playable on a modern system. Because that game is a pain in the ass to get working without running too fast or just missing a bunch of graphical effects. Alright, so what do we get from this?
Shrine of the Sark. The drowned son was swallowed by a giant sark. He crawled up to its ear and asked why he had been swallowed. The sark replied, "Because in my belly you will be safe. Nowhere will your splinters be safer. There is no creature that would dare eat me. But I do not want to remain in your belly," the brother said. "But that is not true," the sark said. "If your kin buries you, you end up in my belly. If you fall from the sky, you end up in my belly.
I
If
consume
your
all.
ship sinks, you end up in my belly. My belly is the only place you can be."
Look, I'm gonna eat you no matter what, so you might as well just stay in there. Now it says relic at the top right. I don't know if I just get a relic when I leave? There's like a blue circle on the map, so I don't know. I don't know what I got out of that, if anything. But yeah, this seems like a decent kind of arcade shooter, and it's a very pretty game. So even if the combat isn't the most amazing, it's functional in a pretty nice looking world. And you know, I do love my nautical settings. So yeah, thanks for joining me for this look at the Falconeer, and I hope you folks will come fly with me again some other time. Until then though, take care folks.